We all get into slumps, right? We all repeatedly do a stupid activity that doesn't benefit us, but we get addicted to it. What are some of those examples? Um, Everything from refusing to exercise even though you know you want to get better at running or cycling or lose weight, but you just tell yourself that you can't do it, so you wake up every morning and you find excuses. That's one version of doing bad habits. Over and indulgent eating for emotional reasons, restrictive eating for also emotional reasons, and then everything from really intense stuff like physically harming yourself in other ways. We all have bad habits, or just scrolling through Instagram for 3 hours when you know you have a paper to do. We all have our forms of bad habits that we get into, and it's sometimes, if we get so deep into it, maybe we do it for days at a time or weeks at a time and then months at a time, and honestly maybe some of you years at a time have been doing certain habits that you've been wanting to break so bad because they don't serve you, they don't make you feel good, but you continue to do them because you feel like you're almost locked in a cell with this thing and you cannot separate from it. I'm gonna help you right here on how to separate from it, because I promise you can do it. I've separated from the worst of my bad habits, from 2.5 years of a restrictive eating disorder where my body was not healthy and my mind was even more unhealthy, and I couldn't imagine at that time of ever breaking out of that streak, but I did, and it feels incredible. So I'm gonna give you 3 very simple basic steps, and this is the start. Whether it can even be beyond food, just breaking bad habits and making sure to get back on track. Here are the 3 foundations you need to start with, and then after that we can get more into the minutia, or you can DM me on Instagram for tips. But with these 3 things, you're probably gonna have a good percentage chance of success on breaking this bad habit. Number 1 is set boundaries. For me, a lot of times I mean, write them down, do whatever you need, because like, have a plan, follow a plan is essentially what I'm saying, because for me, I tend to repeat my bad habits when I don't set myself any ground rules and I allow just any possibility to happen. Then my bad habit has room to come in. Let's just say, for an example, just because it's easy, food. Let's say I'm emotional eating and I'm eating this junk food and it's making me feel really bad and I'm doing it every day and it's because of some emotional reason, but I know it's not helping me in my situation. Maybe I would say to myself, okay, I'm doing Banana Island for 4 days, where you only eat bananas. That makes it easy. I can follow this track. I wrote it down, maybe set a reminder in them every morning for 4 days. You're only eating bananas today. And just that activity will get you out of having to do that bad habit in a row. If Banana Island is triggering or too crazy for you, you can set any boundaries. Just set boundaries of, I'm only gonna eat whole foods. So you can eat rice and avocados and potatoes and great things, but it'll just give yourself something to follow, because once you have something to follow, in my opinion, it's easier to do the right thing and not let the bad habit come in. It's when you have everything completely open that those bad things can come in. You know what I mean? Number 2 is probably the most important one, which is find an accountability partner. You literally need to text, call, talk to your friend or coworker at school, or your parents, your sibling, or your family, email, whatever. Get in contact with someone who you feel very safe with in your life, that you can agree to be accountability partners with each other. What that means is that every single day, ideally, whether it's through text or Facebook Messenger or a 10-minute FaceTime call, you check in with this person every single day and just share your successes of the day, if you stayed on track with your goals for the day, if you didn't stay on track, what happened, be specific. Say, I set this goal and I broke it because I walked by the convenience store and saw the vegan ice cream advertised and I couldn't help myself. That's okay. We all make mistakes, but having an accountability partner means you share all these bits of information because they're going to have an outside perspective to help you how to get better. And this is the most powerful part of the accountability partner, is that when you know you have someone that you have to check in with every night, it makes it much harder to do the wrong thing in the middle of the day because you know you're going to have to tell this person. You know what I mean? And then, so that's the biggest thing, find an accountability partner. And then you can be their accountability partner too. And it's a perfectly mutual relationship because they can help you by listening and giving advice. And then you can help them by listening and giving advice, whatever they're struggling with in their life. And then number 3 is to celebrate your successes. I think a lot of times we do bad habits, it kind of feels like a celebration, right? These vices are fun. It gives us some sort of relief when we do them. So we should do the opposite, but for when we do good things. Sorry, we should do the same, celebrate, have those same feelings, but when we do things that are good. Oftentimes, when we're doing things that are good, we don't even remember or acknowledge it. And then right when we do something bad is where we start to dwell on it and acknowledge it. And that does not set you up for an attitude of gratitude and for living a good life. We should do it the opposite way. So if it is like even little successes, if it's 3 in the afternoon and you haven't done anything that's breaking your goals that you're trying to set and rules, go do something that is celebratory. And there's so many different ways for that. Maybe if your thing isn't food related at all and you're trying to help yourself with something else and food isn't an issue, maybe you can celebrate with eating a really good cookie or a piece of cake or ice cream or something just because you haven't done that bad habit. Or if your thing is food related and you maybe don't want to celebrate with that kind of thing, let's say if it gets to be 3 in the afternoon or 2 days into your experiment and you haven't broken your rules and you're doing really well, go just do something that you normally wouldn't, even if it's difficult. Like make time to go see a movie for 2 hours that you've been wanting to see, or ask your friend to have a sleepover, no matter how old you are, and just have a fun night and watch movies and play Mad Lib. Sorry, maybe you guys think I'm really weird now of how I like to have fun, but I am a weird person. Or what are other examples? Go walk around a garden, and if you like that kind of thing, and celebrate in that way. I don't know, there's so many ways to celebrate. Tell your accountability partner, but if you don't celebrate your victories, you're gonna be like, all right, why am I even doing this? Let me just go back to the bad habits. So celebrate those victories. So to sum it up, set boundaries, make an actual plan, number 1. 2, get an accountability partner where you can share your struggles and successes with every single day. That's the important part. And then number 3 is to celebrate your successes. And I think if you do these 3 things consistently, you will find that you have the power to break a lot of your bad habits and you can get back on track. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave your comments and criticism down below. And thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel. The best way to support so that Maggie and I, my rescue dog Maggie, can continue to travel and bike around the world spreading the vegan message and just spreading inspiration. The best way to support us to keep going is to pledge $1, $2, $3 per month on my Patreon page. That's how I make my entire living to feed us to keep on biking and cycling the world. So if you dig what I'm doing, go support on Patreon. Thank you so much. Much love. Dream Extreme.